All right, y'all. Hello. How are you doing? I know I'm late. I apologize. I had some family stuff that I had to do. So we're going to get through Smackdown. I just got to make sure I have the stuff uploaded for y'all so you can see and we can talk and everything goes smoothly. Yeah? Cool. All right. So I'm probably going to pop in here twice, but that's just me and my technical difficulties. Okay. So let me take myself out. All right. So, hello, Aaliyah. How are you? Hope y'all had a good day today. I'm just going to upload a couple of pictures for SmackDown, and y'all can kind of help me with SmackDown because I did not get to watch the whole show. So, I'm going to need some help here. All right. Let me browse some of these pictures actually. There we go. So, I can upload this stuff. All right. So we're gonna let that stuff upload and then we're gonna get started. Okay. I hope everybody had a good day. I hope y'all enjoyed SmackDown. I did get to watch the Battle Royal, but I didn't get to see who won, and I didn't get to see any of the stuff afterwards. But I did get some hints of what happened. So I'm gonna finish uploading some of these photos really quickly, and then we're gonna dive into SmackDown. All right. So they put the SmackDown logo up so everybody know what we're talking about. I'm gonna put some music on for like 2 seconds, and then I promise we're gonna get started. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Might be a little bit longer than 2 seconds, but you know what I mean.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I get on. Now Julio made me Fulvio, and I might hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. Missing my da-da-da, missing that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug. Toxic. If you don't wanna see me.
All right, so SmackDown has come and gone. And let's dive into SmackDown, and then we'll get into Money in the Bank again, and then I will talk about Great American Bash for NXT, and then we can just talk about whatever. So for Friday Night SmackDown, there were two scheduled matches that actually did happen. Apparently, it was supposed to be the New Day going up against the Viking Raiders, and there was a brand versus brand 6-woman tag team match with Bliss, Morgan, and Asuka on one side, Shotzi, Evans, and Rodriguez on the other side. And apparently, Bliss, Morgan, and Asuka won that match. At least that's what I have been, what I was able to find in terms of them picking up the W. Now, when it comes to the Viking Raiders, they obviously decimated New Day. It seems like New Day is in the business of putting people over rather than working to be champions again. They're just, putting people over and really just having fun. The show kicked off with a big grandstand of the Money in the Bank people. And essentially, what it did was obviously showcase there was a seventh man that was not entered into the Money in the Bank yet, but it was just each one of them staking their claim to the Money in the Bank briefcase. They had a battle royal to which this goon won. And when Kayla brought up Pat McAfee, he wasn't too happy about that. But he did win the battle royal. He was very happy about that. And this led to a fatal four way. 5-way match
But
for the slot.
yeah, it was a traditional fatal four way.
It was a fatal 4-way. So it was a traditional fatal 4-way for the seventh man in the Money in the Bank match, and Madcap Moss was able to pick up the win for that. And I'm assuming that happened later on in the day, right?
That was the main event.
That was the main event for the show. Okay. Like I said, Viking Raiders came out and decimated New Day, and they had fun with them. I thought they had a match, but it looks like they just came out there and beat the hell out of them. Anyway, the New Day, well, the Usos and the Street Profits had a face off, and they did their interview, and then I guess the Usos came out there and they both stick their had their stake in their claim to the tag team titles. I will get into who I think is going to win those tag team titles at Money in the Bank later. This is where shit just went off the rails for me. So let me put some. They did that elimination spot where everybody gets kicked out until the legal people are left. Liv, Pin, Shotzi. I mean, that's fine. I didn't need to know who won, but thank you for telling me as to who picked up the win. I just I didn't really care who won in that match, to be honest. And usually the go home show for Money in the Bank is better than that. I expected better, and they're just phoning it in at this point. They gotta pick it up. They gotta pick it up. They're more focused on SummerSlam than they are focusing on Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank seems like a big afterthought, and I don't think it's even going to play into any of the shows until like later on down the line. Who it depends on really who wins. You know, Tirza is here. Hi, Tirza. She said that women's match though, yikes, Lacey needs to go back to the PC. She was so sloppy and unsteady. It's not a good day. The six women's tag was not good. Lacey and Shotzi were slow, and Raquel wasn't selling. The SmackDown girls need help. That's messed up. I want anyone but Liv to win Money in the Bank. If she does win and attempts to cash it in on Bianca at some point, I hope she mops the floor with her. I tell you who I want to win, but this shit right here with Dupree and Mace and Mansoor. A lot of people were disappointed. I'm very disappointed in the selection of the MMs, the male models that were chosen. I don't care what anyone says. Mace does not fit the bill. Mansoor, I can understand Mansoor. Mansoor is an okay pickup. I'm not even mad at that. I imagine they picked Mace because of his stature and his height. But for me, aesthetically, he is not an attractive man. Um, he just don't got it for me. He don't got it, and I'm like, damn, like y'all could have gave us something. He's standing up there with his hands by his face, just full on voguing. Okay, jiggle booty. Okay, I didn't get to see it in all its glory. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and see if I can see it. I'll watch it in real time and see if I can tell y'all what I think. But this shit, Gerard told me what was happening. And I was just like, I kind of figured it was gonna be Mace because when they were hinting at it for dark matches, it was gonna be Mace. So I was like, okay, but he's just not. He ain't it, and I don't get it. He's not a modeling, he's not model material to me. He do not give sexy, he do not give face, he don't give none of that. And I'm just like, oh baby. um oh child, it's not there. I don't understand what they thought they were going to give, but what they did give was a half-assed attempt at sexiness, and it just was not there. Like don't I don't like it. And I kind of figured it would be Mace, especially after Cesaro debuted. in AEW. And I'm just like, that just would have been perfect for Cesaro. You know, it would have been perfect for him. But, you live and you learn, I guess. Let me just pull this up so I can see it because I didn't get to see him debut like that. And I really want to see it. Oh, yeah, they just came in there and decimated New Day. They ain't even have a match. They just came in there and beat the shit out of it. Wow. That's no fun. Also, they kind of had like a town hall thing with the Usos and Street Profits. Essentially, a promo battle. Kayla said, "Hold on, baby. Let me sidestep my ass up out here." The glasses look good on Max though, and he playing this that part of that sleazy manager. Yeah, LA Knight was the guy for that. That was a very smart move for WWE. 100% got that played down to the T. I can't wait till he get in the ring though, cause he's what the fuck is this? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Ew. Wait, 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 wait. Wait. What's with the hands? Oh, that walk hard. It's so hard. Ooh. That walk hard, child. It's hard. Oh my god. Ew. Jesus. Oh my god. We're supposed to be a velociraptor? What is happening? What is happening? Oh, bitch. Huh? Ew. Somebody help him, Lord. Bitch. What's his name? Baby, what they call him? That walk is hard. That he is clunky. He has no charisma whatsoever, no rhythm. Did he say Marseille? His name is Marseille now. Nigga. May I say? Did you call him May I say? Bitch. Hey, man, swap. Okay, man, Sir got a little swag though. Man, Sor got some swag. He actually got rhythm. Okay, I can dig Mansoor. He not bad. But Mace, uh-uh. Mansoor look good. But that chest. What the Oh my god. Oh. Mansoor's selling it though. He's selling the hell out of it. It makes sense with Mansoor. I ain't got no problem with Mansoor. It's Mansoor. Go to hell. Go to hell. Go go to hell, LA Night. Ain't nobody calling this grown man no Mansoor. What the feezy? Child, y'all lucky I didn't see that shit in real time. I would have been crying. Do you understand me? That's a whole mess. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Oh God. I'm gonna have to go downstairs.
I just hope Mansoor finally got the fingernails
You were just
taken
like a
care
very
of.
headphones on.
It's a mess. That is wow. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not like 100% sold on my say, but that's why it fits. I don't have no problem with that. No, you got to see the end with Pat. Oh, it's the end I got to see? Okay, let me finish playing it. Mansoor fits. I like Mansoor. It's my say who don't fit. It gotta be the check. It gotta be the check. Marseille don't have no. He don't. Gerard. He has no rhythm. He has no swag. He has nothing. He has absolutely nothing. I do not understand what I'm looking at. And what is he doing with his hands? This is so cringy. Michael is trying not to laugh. Michael is crying.
You crying too. You got a grown ass man talking about being titillating all over
He
SmackDown.
said titillated so many times. I don't even think that word should be legal on TV no more. That is a mess. Maybe he's trying to vogue, babe. If he trying, he is horrible at it. He has no. It's not even that he don't have no gay friends. Mansoor got swag though. You might not like it, but Mansoor fits the bill. He is not my issue. It's Mace. Mace doesn't have any swag. He has no personality. He has nothing. And I don't understand why they're holding on to him. He is a shitty wrestler. He barely fits the bill in that arena, and then he doesn't have no personality. He has nothing. He brings nothing to that group. He has nothing to add. He is the only person in the group who sucks. And that happens with everybody every group he's a part of, everything that he does. He always stands out for all the wrong fucking reasons. He just big for nothing. It, and I hate to say that because it's a black man and I want to, you support the black people. But goddamn, like you can't just be like a fucking fly on the wall. Like he lit dry. I swear, he literally has no fucking swag.
So
Nothing.
Mace is what they call in the basketball word a TFN.
What does that mean?
Tall for nothing.
Yes, yes, very much so. Mansoor look good though. I ain't even go hold him. See, you see what I'm saying? Like Mansoor being a part of it makes sense to me. Okay, that's a way to build up Mansoor and to give him some shine in the spotlight. Everybody got to start off somewhere. I don't necessarily think they had to go into NXT unless people were ready to come up. Personally, I don't think Zion is ready to come up. Um, I wouldn't have brought him up. I'd have brought Gianni Vinci up. He could have still been a singles competitor and been a part of that. The way his gimmick works on NXT, perfect for MM management. Perfect. I'd have put him in there because even he got some swag. Mace has nothing. And then on top of that, Gianni can wrestle. This Negro can't wrestle and he ain't got no personality. He's just big for nothing. He adds absolutely no flavor. It's like it's like digging into a real good plate. It's a beautiful plate of tacos and then it ain't got no seasoning. And you like, bitch, I done spent $7 on some tacos. And these tacos taste like nothing. They all greasy looking. They look like they slapped, Jared. You know what I'm saying? They got the onions on there, cilantro, some juicy birria tacos with the birria juice on the side. You ready to dig in. But then you get to tasting it, that shit bland. You like, what the fuck? Did you season this shit, bitch? He just ain't got no seasoning, and I'm not here for it. She said Kool-Aid with salt instead of sugar. God damn. But yeah, that fit. Mansoor has potential, so this may be good for him. But Mace Dio Madden ain't cutting exactly my point. But he don't cut it in no arena, and that's what I'm saying. It's not even like you. I put it this way: you debut in dark segments on TV, right? We all saw that Mace was a part of the crew, right? We all saw it. Okay, but why didn't you like look at some tapes and like study some stuff? And even if you did, why haven't you like I'm not saying you gotta go full method acting, but this shit, what you did was laughable. Like you walk like your feet hurt. Then you had the nerve to have on capri pants and your shirt open. I'll admit your hair was laid. The hair was laid. He had his locks was retwisted, had his sides faded, put some lines and shit in there, had a whole design in the side. He looked nice for him, but he's not sexy. Like my Mansoor is attractive. He got a big ass nose, but he's attractive. He put on some muscle. Tears is right. He did put on some muscle. He bulked up. It looked good. It might even be red, but it's basically salt water with food color, which is basic. Aaliyah's stupid. He did put on muscle. He looked really good. That haircut he got, everything about it, it works for him. But bitch, Dio Madden is not where it's at. And he ain't gonna never be where it's at. And I don't understand why WWE keep trying to force that shoe on people's foot. It don't fit, bitch. It don't fucking fit. Stop forcing that shit on me. I don't want to watch Dio Madden. I'm not going to. I don't give a fuck about him being in there. I'm gonna ignore the living hell out of him. Okay? He said, and salt water don't be quenching no thirst. I don't know what bitches be laying down with Dio Madden, but I feel like none of them hoes is satisfied. Y'all can get mad at me if y'all want to. I don't care. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like he ain't got no oomph, Jerry. He ain't got no fire. He ain't got no magic. He ain't got nothing. He has nothing. All I see is I just feel dead. You feel dead when you look in his eyes. He ain't got no fire. He ain't got no spunk. He ain't got no oomph. He ain't got nothing. You don't want to fuck nobody who ain't got no oomph. You don't want to do that. You want to feel something. Jesus. Oh my God. Tears said what WWE should do is hire a one-way coach to teach them how to walk. Yes, ma'am. He could have hired it himself. Do what Rhea did. Rhea went and took improv classes so she could be quicker on her feet. You know what I'm saying? When she out there on the microphone, she took that upon herself. They can't get no satisfaction. Facts, Rico. Okay, because no, sir. Makes you thirstier for anything else. They could be more believable. They hired a choreographer for Carmella and Lana when they had character changes. If they could do it for them, they damn sure need to do it for Dio Madden. You know what? You know what, Tears? I wouldn't put it past them that they did, and Dio Madden just ain't hitting. I'm telling you.
Ma'am?
I'm telling you. He just ain't hitting. What's the matter? You okay?
Step on the call.
All right, y'all. So I didn't watch SmackDown enough to know what happened, but it looks like the way that they had this preview set up, that's exactly what happened. I didn't get to see Ronda and Natalia's video package, but it's all gonna culminate to their match at Money in the Bank. So it is what it is on that front. Um, they had the qualifying match for the Fatal Four Way, and it was Madcap, Miz, Ezekiel, and Happy Corbin. And like I said earlier, Madcap qualified for Money in the Bank. All right. She said, hire Jay Alexander to teach him. Baby. Okay. It seemed like Mansoor got it, but he added his own little twist in there. But it worked for Mansoor. It's not working for Mace. I don't care what nobody says. Or YouTube and Google is free. You feel me. You see where I'm at. Me and you be on the same page. Do something. But you whatever you doing is not working. I wonder how Shayna is going to factor in their match or in this feud. I think that that's all coming to a head after Money in the Bank. That is one feud that I think is actually going to work. And I'm really, really curious about how they're going to stretch this out, because if I was WWE, I would want to keep this going as long as I possibly can without it getting stale. And I really think that it could work out in their favor if they do it correctly. But let's get into this Money in the Bank, okay? Because we now have all seven competitors for the men. We have Matt Riddle, a former United States champion and former tag team champion. We've got Sheamus, former tag team champion multiple times. Former, I think he's been IC champion once. I think he's been US champion once. I think he's been a WWE champion several times over. He's held almost every title in the WWE with the exception of NXT titles. If I'm wrong, y'all can correct me in the comments. We have Sami Zayn, a former IC champion. We've got Madcap Moss, and we have Seth Rollins, a former multiple time WWE champion, Universal champion. He's been IC champion, I think. He's been US champion, and he's also been tag team champion multiple times over. He's highly decorated. We've got Drew McIntyre, former tag team champion, former WWE champion, and we have the Nigerian giant Omos. These are all the seven competitors that will be competing in this match. And my top pick to win includes Seth Rollins at number one, Drew McIntyre at number two, Matt Riddle at number three, Sammy at number four, and Sheamus is my number five. Those are the five people who possibly could win the Money in the Bank, but I'm putting my money on Seth Rollins as the winner, and Sami Zayn would be my sleeper cell winner of the match. That's just how I feel about it. Some of y'all might feel differently, but that's how I feel about it. Let's move on to the women ladies. Okay. Nobody did a big a boring promo. The Ty did a boring promo. Talked about Ronda's baby. It was regular schmegular. Okay. Omos is still there. Unfortunately, Jamal, yes, he is. All right. So out of the women, you have Becky Lynch, highly decorated, former Raw Women's Champion, former SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's never had the tag team titles. You have Alexa Bliss, former Raw Women's Champion, former SmackDown Women's Champion, former multi-time tag team champion. You have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Leslie Evans, and Asuka, a former Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, Tag Team Women's Champion, and a former longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. And you have heading up the pack is Shotzi Blackheart. So my picks for the Money in the Bank match, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh God, but it's more than likely going to come down to Lacey Evans, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and my number 4 would have to be Bliss. Shotzi is in there too. My number 1 pick for that match would be Becky Lynch. She is probably gonna win, and my sleeper in that match is gonna be Shotzi. If Shotzi doesn't win, she's gonna have a massive showing in that match. But I would love for Shotzi to win. I really want her to win because I feel like Shotzi would just add a level to that women's division with that briefcase that I think would just be fun to watch. I think it would just be really, really fun. Oh, who we don't know her. Stop, Rico. Why did this dog just park herself on my head? Is it your sister's dog too? The dog named Tiffany, I assume, is the one she's talking about. I think Becky's gonna win. I do too. I want Becky to win, but my sleeper cell is gonna be. It's gonna. My pick is Becky. I'm gonna put my money on Becky. My sleeper cell that I want in my heart to win is Shotzi, but my secondary is gonna be Liv because I feel like they haven't given her anything. They keep pushing her, and this might be something that they actually give her. I'd be surprised if it was anybody else, to be honest with you. I don't think Bliss should get it. She doesn't need it. Um, she'd be a good point to move on from outside of Rhea. Once Rhea is cleared, I would let Bliss and Bianca have about probably let her go up against Bianca at Royal Rumble. Bianca beats her at Rumble, and then they set up her feud for WrestleMania, and then Bianca can drop the title at Mania. I feel like her keeping the title for a year is no different from Becky running around for almost a year with the championship. They gonna give it to Lacey. Watch, mark my words. Okay, whatever. I secretly want Oscar to get it, but I doubt it. She'll get it a second time. Oscar had already had it the year before last, if I'm not mistaken, and I wouldn't give it back to her. I mean, it's no shade to Oscar, but I would rather them give it to somebody who needs the building than to give it to somebody who's already built. I can understand how it would look enticing for um Rio said I ain't working nothing. I can understand how it would look fun for Oscar to have it, but the idea of Becky having it pulls more to Becky using it on Ronda Rousey than her using it on Bianca Belair. And here's why I say that. First of all, yes, they can transfer between brands. We've seen that happen. But it would look better if Becky stole the title from Ronda, probably at Mania, and then moved on from there rather than to have this whole big to do with her going to SmackDown challenging Ronda. It just would look cleaner with her having the money in the bank. And then you have Seth at the helm of the company with the title, and you've got Becky at the helm of the company with the title. It works. Now, from my understanding, Sasha and Naomi are both. Naomi is set to come back. Sasha is still in the works, but they have high hopes that she is going to come back. They must have did a lot of ass kissing and made a lot of promises to that woman for her to even consider coming back, but it seems that way. Also, Bailey is still waiting in the wings for her to come back. So we have to wait and see. Once those girls come back into play, then we'll have a better playing field of where they should be and how things should go for them. I also heard that Solo might be brought up to the main roster to join the bloodline to even it out, which leads me to believe that possibly the Usos could retain at Money in the Bank, which I'm kind of disappointed at because I really want the Street Profits to get those titles. And it's not because I don't love the Usos. Y'all know I love my distinguished twins. But I really want the Street Profits to get it because they've gone up against the Usos multiple times and they never got the chance to beat them. And I really think that for the Street Profits and the Usos, they put on such banger matches. Even when, like, if it was a triple threat between the Street Profits, the Usos, and the New Day, that'd be an instant classic all day long. But it's just the fact that you've got these two supremely athletic teams going at it all the time. And the Usos always are the ones that come out on top. I want the Street Profits to get the W on this one. I think they've earned the right to be able to garner both of those belts. And then having them have the belts and then they combine them, introduce a new belt that is the combined tag team titles until they get that tag team division straight is the best thing for them to do right now, specifically for the tag team division. Let me go back to the comments. Tears has said, yeah, I'm spending the night at my mom's because I don't like being home alone while Malcolm's away. And my sister is staying here while she's looking for a new place. Oh, little Tiffany's parked on her head. Hi, Kayla. All right, Liv winning doesn't make any sense to me. She can't beat Bianca or Ronda in a fight, first of all, and she's just boring as all fuck. Like she's so blah. My idea is storyline with fucking snap. If Sasha don't come back right away, let Naomi hijack that briefcase. That is a good swerve. I actually would not mind that at all, but I really want the Street Profits to win this. So I'm still going to go with my heart and pick the Street Profits on this one, even though my mind is telling me that the Usos could possibly retain these championships. I'm just going to say the Street Profits are going to get the W, and they wanted all the smoke, and they got it. Let's go to Ronda and Natalia. Now, they have a storied history in the past, but they didn't really capitalize on that too much. Natalia took the approach of what Charlotte did, which is an obvious trope. Go after the kid, go after the family. In my opinion, Natalia should have went the route of being I'm the one who brought you in, I'm the one who gave you your skill, I'm the one who trained you, and you act as if you're better than me. That's the way she should have went with it. The baby should have been a last resort to trigger and go at Ronda Rousey. I feel like this could have sold a lot better had they had utilized what was going on Twitter and social media. And I think Natalia's biggest problem with me is that a lot of times you're getting two sides of her. Like she'll be on TV and it's this mellow, watered down, corny, witchy poo of a character, and you're just like, bitch, if I flick your little ass, all your face is gonna collapse right now. All that goddamn Botox and fucking neurotoxin you got in your face. You better calm the fuck down before I have you sagging out here. Like she just gives me I just don't like her heel work. I hate it. And while yes, she was able to have some snaps on Twitter and Instagram, and yes, she's been able to go at people's neck on Total Divas, that is not what's being displayed on television. And it can't be that WWE is telling her to say this and do that because she's been there long enough to say whatever the fuck she wants within reason. All right. That bitch is making money. It ain't like she's being stifled. Okay. So she is not hitting. Rhonda is also not hitting either. I don't know what's going on, but there's something missing when it comes to Rhonda. Sometimes things get a little botchy when there are stunts that have to be done. Rhonda either isn't executing it right or something fails and she doesn't know how to improvise effectively. And I need her to find a way to get back into her groove. And I feel like the only way that's going to happen is if she goes up against somebody like Shayna Baszler. Shayna is the one who's going to have to shape and mold and reel her back in to her former self, the way she was when she first got there. Now I know she's not going to be exactly like that, because you have a baby and you leave, things change. Your The way you move, the way you talk, how you perform, all of that changes. But in the sense of her character, that shouldn't change. And it seems like it has. So I'm hoping that with her working with Shayna later on down the line, because I feel like that is where this is headed. Shayna Baszler is the one who's next in line, and more than likely, Shayna's probably gonna be the one to take that title off of Ronda. Or if Becky wins Money in the Bank, she's gonna steal that belt from her. Because I don't see Ronda staying there past the year, because she's gonna want to be there with her daughter and see her daughter growing up. And if SmackDown is like, Fox is probably like, well, if Ronda's not staying full time, then bring Becky back. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody on our show that's going to lead the water. And I think that that's the way that they're going to go. I'm not always right, but sometimes I'm close. Sometimes I hit the, I'm hit the marks. You know what I'm saying? I love both teams, so I'm fine either way. I need my Street Profits to win. I really do. Before we switch topics, who y'all think is going to be the eighth woman? There is no eighth woman. It's very clear that it's 7 men and 7 women in this match. If there was going to be an eighth woman, they would have had her debut already. There is no eighth woman. I don't give a fuck about this match, but that entrance jacket Natty got on in this render, Ronda is winning. Ronnie and Shayna better pop off like me and Don do at each other. Ronda versus Shayna would be fire. I feel like because they have a closer relationship and because they are very close and friends, that relationship being displayed the way that it should be would actually be worth watching. And I think that if they have it, if they do it right, it could be something really, really fun to be invested in. All right, so let's go to the next women's match. We got Carmella and Bianca. Honestly, there's not really much going on here. And while I understand a lot of people love Carmella, as a person, I like Carmella. I think she's funny. She's got a really cool personality, and she seems to be just cool to hang around. She is in love with her husband Corey, which I don't mind. I'm not judging her for that. Um, it is what it is when it comes to that. But her character, she does what she's supposed to do, which is annoy the living hell out of me. And I find that every time Bianca is missing an opponent, she is the one that they end up calling on. And I feel like they could have went with Piper, simply because Piper is not in the Money in the Bank, and Bianca and Piper have amazing chemistry with each other. I feel like Piper and Bianca would have really performed in that match. And it didn't always have to be with Bianca showing her amazing strength, but more specifically, allowing Piper to show her athleticism and really give Bianca a real good workover, because we all know that Piper and Bianca, they just match well in that ring. I would have preferred to see them compete with each other than to watch Carmella be the one to compete against her again. I just don't want to see it. It's no shade to Carmella. She's cool. She does her heel work just fine. And I also feel like if Vega wasn't injured, she probably would have been the one they chose. Which, promo for promo, Vega would have been going at Bianca, and Bianca would have been going back at her. But ring work wise, I don't think Vega would have gave Bianca what she needed to give. And I don't think Carmella's going to do it either. I understand what Carmella is there for. Carmella has her super kick and her DDT, and, she gives face. But Bianca gives face, power, the whole nine. She got skills, she got talent, she could do it all. I know that everybody has their limitations, and I'm aware that everybody cannot be Bianca. But I also feel like Piper is the whole package as well. She's pretty, she's smart, she's got a lot of power, an amazing in ring worker. Piper could have really given Bianca a big marquee match at this pay per view that really would have set her up for the next pay per view. And I think they missed the mark with this one. That's just my opinion. My pick for this match is definitely going to be Bianca. And I'm sorry I didn't pick for them. My pick for this match is going to be obviously Ronda. I don't see Natalia getting that title back anytime soon. Anytime soon. I said Becky winning Money in the Bank months ago. Her and Ronda need to cross paths again. Her winning Money in the Bank and cashing in on Ronda is the perfect scenario. You're not, but I am. Off topic, how would you book Charlotte to beat Ric Flair's 16-time championships without being too saturated? I like Carmella also, but let's be clear, Bianca is gonna wear that bitch out like a jean jacket. I cannot with her. Did you drink today? Have you been sipping on the yak? What about Bianca versus Piper at Clash at the Castle? I don't have a problem with that, but I feel like it shouldn't have to be in the UK for them to go to Piper, which they probably will go to Piper because they are going to the UK. But like I said, I just feel like it shouldn't have to be that way. You could have been on your third leg with Piper and Bianca by then because you could have started with Money in the Bank, moved into SummerSlam, and then went into Clash at the Castle, which would have given you that three-match marquee and that 3 month long feud, which would have kept Bianca occupied so that that kind of stuff was already set for you. The problem I have with WWE a lot is that they don't think far enough ahead and they leave everything to the devices of the creative team and they scramble to try to figure shit out. And it's so obvious that you could just have this shit set in stone a year in advance. And they just don't do it. It really saddens me. My pick is gonna be Bianca either way. I just wish they would have picked Piper for this match because we all know that Piper's capable. We've seen them wrestle before. These two buffoons are gonna wrestle. Taylor said, "No, I'm so as fuck." Girl, I okay. Let me assess the match for what it is and remove my bias for both of these men. All right. Outside of my bias, Austin Theory is not a bad wrestler. He's actually fairly solid. Character wise, he's a nuisance, but he should be. He's a kid in terms of wrestling, and he's new, and his ego has been inflated by Mr. McMahon carrying his balls in his purse. Bobby Lashley's finally getting the recognition that he deserves. And Bobby Lashley 100% should be the one carrying the US championship. That title was made for him specifically to carry it. It looks like it belongs on him and he definitely should get it back. I don't see any reason for Austin Theory to have it. Bobby Lashley having it as a face or a heel works out in my favor, in my opinion. Anybody could challenge Bobby and it would still be a decent match to watch. As much as I detest Bobby Lashley, I have never ever said that that man can't wrestle or that he doesn't provide you with solid entertainment when it comes to ring work. Where me and Bobby Lashley differ is his ability to hold my attention as a superstar in a feud. He just sucks to me, and I really want more from him, but I know that what he gives is about as good as it's going to get. As far as Austin Theory, he needs time to evolve. And while we see him and we know what's going on and all of that, outside of my bias of him, Austin Theory is a star. He is a marketable star that could be seen as the WWE Universal Champion at some point in his career. Will it be right now? Absolutely not. But he has time. And I think over time, he will develop into someone who will be able to hold that title and it look like it belongs to him. In this particular match, this can go either way. Bobby Lashley could get that championship back and knock Austin Theory back on his ass a few times, or Austin Theory could cheat to retain, and this could spill back over into SummerSlam. However, I see Austin Theory going up against John Cena. And it seems like Johnny Boy comes back around SummerSlam. That seems to be his sweet spot. SummerSlam is when he decides to come back and wrestle. If I were WWE, if I were John Cena, we would wrestle for bragging rights only. And I would let Austin Theory go over. Theory would not have that US title if he was going to be going up against John Cena. It's just like when AJ Styles went over on John Cena when he was there. It would give him the boost that he would need. And knowing the character that Austin Theory has, more than likely, Theory is going to use that as a part of his moniker that he beat John Cena and that he's now the new guy on the block with all the power. Saying as how he's got Mr. McMahon in his back pocket, that works out in his favor. You beat the franchise guy, and now you're set in line to take his place. That's the way I would do it. Bobby Lashley would gain this title at Money in the Bank, and Austin Theory would move on to wrestle John Cena at SummerSlam. But who knows? If I had to pick between the two, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you who I thought was going to win. If my theory is correct, more than likely it will be Bobby who gets the title back. If my theory isn't correct, then Austin Theory would probably retain. I don't know. Okay. I'm just ready for fucking Piper Nevin to win a belt. There are two belts in circulation for the women. Currently, the women's tag team titles are on the show. However, if um Sasha comes back and they promised her that those belts would be something of prominence and it actually would be something that the women could covet and go after, then more than likely Piper and Nikki would probably get paired back up and go back after those tag team titles. Hopefully, she'll get a belt soon. Allegedly, Paul Heyman is being hired back on the creative team, so maybe these potential storylines will play out how we want them to. Paul is decent on creative. Paul also listens to the superstars, so that's a good way to have a good ear in the creative team, but also allow you to have some say. He's gonna be like their mouthpiece for them, so that I like if it's true. I think Bobby is going to win leading into Theory and John's storyline and then facing each other at SummerSlam. That's where I thought it was headed, but sometimes WWE throws us a swerve, and I really don't think Theory should be champion going up against John Cena. I think it should just be for bragging rights only. John isn't going to stick around for a long period of time, and it would look painfully obvious that Theory is going to win if it's for the U.S. Championship. I just don't think that it's necessary for him to do it that way. The best thing for them to do is to have John come in, challenge Theory, or Theory challenge John Cena with no fucking title. He doesn't need to have it. Your theory isn't very incorrect. Thank you very much, Donnie. Technically, she did win the 24/7 title, but I know you mean other things for her. I think that's it for Money in the Bank. Did I get all the matches for Money? Oh, there's a match at Money in the Bank that I'm missing. Um, son of a bitch. What is the match? There's a match I'm missing at Money in the Bank. Hold on. I'm missing a match. I'm missing a match. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Go to WWE.com. Oh, my back is killing me, y'all. Go to shows. I go to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's on tomorrow. Um, I know I'm missing a fucking match. No, that's everything. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? I talked about everybody's match though. I thought there was another match on the card for Money in the Bank. Hmm, that's interesting. Not Guardians of the Galaxy got me in my feels. Oh, you watch Guardians of the Galaxy? Hey, Kenny. The second one was messed up. Like his dad is a piece of shit. I have work in the AM, so I'm gonna head out. Good night, everyone. Good night, Tirza. Um, Tip, I saw such a satisfying video today. It Darby Allen getting choked out by Brody King, then getting eliminated. Okay, if you call that satisfying, live your best life. Hi, Brandy. Whatever works for you, love. All right. So those are all of the matches for Money in the Bank. I do not know how Money in the Bank is going to play out. What I find usually is that when I have low expectations or I don't really have a very high expectation of a show, it usually gives me a fairly decent show. So I'm not gonna like close myself off to it. I'm gonna sit in here. I'm gonna start prepping for 4th of July Monday, and I'm gonna cook me and the hubs some good dinner, and we're gonna come upstairs and we're gonna watch Money in the Bank, and we're gonna enjoy it because it's gonna be fun. All right. Very messed up. I said, "Oh, you dirty bitch. He ain't shit." I'm telling you. But them gold people are supposed to be issues in the third one, right?
Yeah.
So, because they still going after them for stealing them them batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So they supposed to be fighting them off, and this supposed to be their last movie or whatever. I think in that one, Star Lord still got to try. Doesn't Gamora like hate Star Lord now because she don't remember being in love with him?
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna be trying to get her back in that movie and a bunch of stuff. And this is Batista's last time playing Drax. So this last Guardians of the Galaxy that's getting ready to come up, it's gonna be a doozy. She said before I leave, we gon' not gonna talk about Sonya slapping Adam. Okay, so I did not see her slap him. I ended up catching it after the show went off. And here's the thing, right? I'm all for a take, but what I really cannot stand is them letting the women emasculate the men on TV like that. I didn't like it when the men when the men did it to the women, like that storyline they had with Kelly Kelly when Kelly Kelly first got there, and they had her being beat up by like Mike Knox. Wasn't Mike Knox her boyfriend? Somebody who was watching back then tell me, because I believe it was Mike Knox who she was dating, and he was abusive. Them abusive storylines used to make me pissed the fuck off. I didn't like that. I don't like when a woman slaps a man like that and then there's no consequences for her in terms of, because here's my thing. In reality, in real life, that shit ain't gonna fly. You slap a man nowadays, especially these motherfucking millennials and these Gen Z kids, they liable to beat your ass. Okay? Because chivalry is dead. All right? Chivalry is fucking dead. There is no assuming that he's gonna be a gentleman. Most men that you slap nowadays is gonna turn around and whoop your ever living ass. You gonna be sitting up there shocked, like, I can't believe you hit a woman. Bitch, you hit him first. He is going to defend himself, whether you like it or not. Okay? Kayla said you didn't miss any match, but knowing WWE, they'll probably add another match last minute. You're right. Tears just said, I gotta let the violence out first. That's stupid. Hey, Kenny. Yes, it was Mike. I figured it was Mike Knox. All right. Cause Phil was in that storyline too. I high key see Char doing that golden chick. Charlotte could be the queen of them golden people. Charlotte could do that shit. See, they should have called Charlotte, but they picked the right lady to play it. Phil was in that storyline. He was protecting her. I remember that shit. Some white girl told this dude his banging wasn't right, and he rocked her shit. You see what I'm saying? So here's my thing. If next week Adam don't tell that bitch off and put her in a match, that's it. Because Sonya now is controlling this shit from on the sidelines. And I feel like you on the outside of the club, you can't even get in. I don't understand why you have any power to begin with. You could file all the complaints all you want to, bitch. That's still not gonna put you in power. And then you go in his office and you slap him. It wasn't abuse of power because what you do? You came out there in the match with Shayna and Zia Lee on your side. Girl, you even the odds. And then you made it more in your favor. Girl, Adam better than me. Because I can tell you right now, there are a lot of things I would tolerate as a character. I understand that some things are part of the storyline. But if you slap me like that on TV and you think I'm just going to stand there and be like, and just breathe real hard and walk away, nah, bitch, because you slapped me. We fighting. I don't give a fuck if you told me you was gonna slap me. I don't care if it was in the script. I don't care. I will beat your ass. Two things I don't like. I don't like when nobody spit on me. That's a deal breaker. I kill you. You spit on me intentionally, like sit up there, hawk it up, and throw it and spit it in my face. I am going to kill you. I will do everything in my power to make sure when you leave, you are permanently disfigured. That is disrespectful. Number two, don't slap me. Don't slap me. Don't slap me. Don't slap me. Because you disrespected me. Once you slap me, all politeness and respect go out the window, and it's time for me to whoop your ass. We gonna fight. I can't do it. I can't do it. I will beat your ass. Yeah, because she slapped him hard as fuck. And then Sonya have a bad habit of getting in people's face. She got a bad habit of getting in people's face. I can take a good storyline. I can act the thing out. But you get in my face after you slap me and you all in my face looking in my face, expect to look for a fist to come to your nose, bitch. That big schlong you call a nose, it's gonna be crooked. It's gonna be throwing up gang signs when I get done with your shit. Cause I'm gonna rock your shit. There's no way. Never in a day. Tiff turned into that lemon head from Adventure Time. Unacceptable. Facts. This is true. This is true. No lie. So yesterday, the day before yesterday, I talked about NXT's Great American Bash. Oh no, my computer froze. Okay, there we are. So I talked about the Great American Bash the other day, and I'm going to talk about it again out of fairness, just to make sure we cover all the bases. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the non-title bouts. All right. So we got Trick versus Wesley. Her nose, it's gonna look like it's throwing up gang signs, baby. Okay. Wesley is a very attractive looking man. Trick is okay, but Wesley is very cute. Any whoosies. Wesley and Trick have a little back and forth. And of course, Trick is all in his feelings, because he feel like Wesley is just boo-hooing on TV about losing his best friend and then losing himself, which in turn made him lose his way. So now you have the situation of Wesley trying to prove himself that he can stand on his own, and he still is still his homie, but now it's his time to perform. And you got Trick Williams, who also has to prove that he can stand on his own, and Carmelo is just his homie. He doesn't need him to stand out. He's with him because he wants to be with him. Two black men on the roster who are top tier talent in terms of character and in talent for Wesley. More specifically, Trick Williams got a little bit of work to do, but he's not terrible in the ring. Both of these men should pull out a very decent match, and this should be a shining moment for Wesley as a singles competitor. And my vote is going to go to Wesley for winning the his match at the Great American Bash. He said Wesley is fine. Sonya nose bigger than her ass. Well, yeah. Then Trick is like the fine, but then you see his best friend and see your man is the runner. Child, you ain't shit. But it's true. He's the you got two fine dudes standing next to each other and you gotta pick which one looked better. Carmelo looked better, but Trick got the height. Trick has he got the abs, but then his legs is real small, like little thin chicken bones. You just be like, oh, you be skipping leg day. And then you look at Carmelo. Carmelo got the body. He's got the face. He don't quite have the swag. But he's got the body, he's got the face, and he definitely don't skip leg day. And you like, I can work with Carmelo. Trick, you cute, but I'm gonna go with Carmelo. Carmelo got the body. I can't with y'all. So my pick for this match is gonna be Wesley. I think Wesley is getting his moment to shine, and I can't wait to see what he does with it. I'm very curious because you know where this should lead to Wesley going up against Carmelo within the next couple of weeks at whatever pay per view they actually put on Peacock. And when they do that, Wesley should definitely take that title off of Carmelo. I don't think he should have it anymore personally. I think Carmelo should be going after the main title, the big kahuna, but whatever works for them. Non-title bouts. Daddy's little girl is going up against our famous and infamous Sleeping Beauty. Now, Tiffany Stratton is a brat in every way, shape, and form. From her having tantrums in the middle of the ring to her complaining about her having to be around certain people or wrestling certain people. Tiffany's just a big brat. And then you have Wendy, who is literally living her best life, getting all of the beauty rest, and of course, enjoying pulling the ultimate pranks on her opponents. And now these two will collide once again at the Great American Bash. Now, y'all might not like what I'm going to say, but more than likely, Wendy Chu is going to bite the bullet on this one, and Tiffany is going to get her first pay per view win over Wendy. Now, if that doesn't happen, I'll be forever happy for Wendy. I think Wendy is a cool character. She's that campy, fun character that you kind of need sometimes to break up all the seriousness. You want to have fun with wrestling, and Wendy is the fun aspect of it. Tiffany is a typical blonde, young, white girl who comes from affluence and money, according to her character. And she wants everything she wants because she feels like she deserves it because she's an entitled little piece of shit. With all that being said, that little piece of shit more than likely is going to win this match. And although that pains me to say, it seems to be that's the direction that they're going to go in. Now it's time for title bouts. Let's go into the men's tag team championship. All right. Let me go to y'all comments here. Tiffany's Amazon Prime extensions move like 2K wins. That's so fucked up. Not all at once. Stop. Stop it. These two tag teams are going to collide. And if you notice something familiar about this team, they actually are on all the same side. This is Diamond Mine minus Ivy Nile. And Diamond Mine is imploding from within. It seems that Roderick Strong is on some sort of power trip and doesn't really understand that he's hurting the team more than he's helping. And the Creed brothers are just happy that they have those titles. They worked hard to get them, and they feel like Roderick is trying to overshadow that and dumb them down because he feels like a loser. And to that extent, they're right. Roderick Strong was the North American champion, and he ended up losing that title. I believe he dropped it to Carmelo for his first title reign. Y'all can correct me in the comments. And then you have the new guy, Damien, who of course has been taken under Roderick Strong's wing. This whole squad has been a powder keg waiting to explode ever since the Creed brothers obtained those championships some time ago. Roderick Strong has been on a power trip trying to prove that he's the leader of the group and everyone needs to listen to him. And he obviously knows more than everybody else because of his tenure, his accolades, and of course, his in ring skill. And the Creed brothers are just trying to let him know look, we got this and let us be. But they don't want to do that. So we're here. The Creed brothers will go up against Roderick Strong and Damien. And according to Roderick Strong, this is a lesson for the Creed brothers to learn in respect, loyalty, and of course, in ring talent and understanding. They've got to learn. You've got to learn that Roderick is at the top of the mountain and they're at the bottom. They're looking up and he's looking down. Now, outside of the story, the only person who has anything to prove in this match is Damien. While he's wrestled before on Level Up, and I'm sure he's wrestled on NXT at some point, that guy has a lot to prove. These guys in the ring are probably some of the best homegrown talent that WWE has had, with the exception of Roderick Strong because he's an indie guy. The Creed brothers are some of the best homegrown talent that they've had I've seen in years. And with all that being said, Damien is probably the one that the WWE is going to have their eyes on to see how well he performs with these three top tier competitors. A lot of NXT's matches are performative. They're meant to showcase certain talent, but also to prove who should stay and who should go. And it all comes down to how you perform, how well you sell, and what you do in that ring. So, with all that being said, my pick is going to be to the Creed brothers to retain. And Roderick Strong and Damien will probably implode, leading to Strong and Damien having some kind of match and Strong losing that one as well. Let's go to some of these comments. The Diamonds are fighting. These hoes took Batista out the game. Batista's not in 2K anymore? Oh, he took it off Swerve. Okay. Thank you, Rico. Roddy the Grinch is really getting on my nerves. Carmelo won the belt off of Swerve. Okay. He said no. Okay. I'm just asking. Our favorite meatheads versus the Rat and Mr. Moose Knuckle. Listen, when Rico said that he had a moose knuckle, I didn't know what he meant. And then I went and looked it up. I'm like, Rico, is that what it looked like? And then I found a picture, and that is what it looked like. I usually use his championship entrance in victory and shit. Oh shit. Y'all stay doubting me. And I'm right. Yes. Yes, he is. but they got his finisher in submission in the game. Oh, so they took his interest and stuff out. Oh, that sucks. That's a good interest to have.
I didn't even know they had a championship record.
I didn't know they had it either. Let's move on to the next title bout. Sticking with the tag teams, we've got Howlin' Wolf and Gigi Dolan and versus Cora Jade and Roxanne. So Cora's been entangled with Toxic Attraction for quite some time. She went after Mandy, ended up in a fatal four way, lost that. She's been trying to work her way back up to that fatal four way for quite some time. I mean, a way back up from that fatal four way for quite some time. Cora teamed up with Roxanne. Roxanne won the breakout tournament and got the contract to challenge for the title at any time. Now Cora is teaming up. Well, I mean, Roxanne got the God. Roxanne earned the opportunity to challenge Mandy for her NXT Women's Championship. However, Cora and Roxanne have decided to team up against Toxic Attraction, the tag teams, to take their tag team titles from them. Now we know how Toxic Attraction operates. They bully, they tease, and then they attack in packs. Similar to the way the Shield, DX, and every other trio, including the including the Usos, Bloodline, and of course the New Day, have attacked for years. And even Absolution. Y'all remember Absolution? They surround the ring, attack you from the sides and the back, hold you down, take you out. And that's exactly what they've been doing for quite some time. And I guess the girls got tired of it and they decided to team up with Indy a few weeks ago to go at Toxic Attraction. And while Indy's had her own problems with that little fake ass Michelle McCool looking bitch, she's now been moved out of the picture and it's just Cora Jade, Roxanne, and the Howlin' Wolf and Gigi Dolan. So who do you pick? Do you pick the skater girls, the emo wannabe girls, or do you pick the so pseudo hot but not girls? um, more than a lot, more than likely, Toxic Waste is gonna retain that championship. I'd be surprised if those bitches dropped it to them too. I don't really care because I'm at the point now where it's not fun to watch anything with them anymore, and it's always got the same turnout. And if they lose, okay, so what? It doesn't mean anything because they've lost the titles what, 3 times now, and they've ended up getting them back shortly after. So it really doesn't make any never mind to me if they win, lose, or draw. I just don't want to see it. I don't care. Like I don't care. He said, "Hold, my game is still on the same wave as last night." Gigi and Dolan and Roxanne and Perez. Gigi and Dolan, not Gigi and Dolan. Absolution made me want to be a leader of a faction. She's a low rate Ivory. Child. Okay. At this point, I want neither team to win. You play the back, bitch. You play the back, bitch. I'm the front. I'm in the front. They lost twice. Well, okay. Katana and Kaden should have won them titles. More than likely, Katana and Kaden will sabotage Roxanne and Cora's possibility to win. With them having this downfall in their, you know, pursuit of those titles, they're gonna turn them heel and they're gonna go after Roxanne and Cora Jade, probably at the Great American Bash, and attack them. That's gonna be their way of turning them full heel, and that is gonna be how Gigi and Howlin' Wolf are gonna escape with them damn titles again. I don't know how it's gonna work out for them in the future, seeing as how they've blown through every tag team that is readily available at the moment. I don't know. It looks like they're gonna have to figure it out for themselves. But that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. Let's move on to the main event, the main attraction. Cameron Grimes to the moon is going up our resident dark champion Braun Breaker. You're going a little heavy on the bronzer, love. You might want to calm yourself down. Maybe come up a few shades. Yeah, yeah, come up a few shades, love. You're looking a little golden brown. You're real golden brown here. Anyway, Braun Breaker was looking for a new challenger, and since Cameron Grimes had nothing to do and was titleless, he set his sights on the big champ. Now, this past Tuesday, these two met in the ring and went at each other's necks. And Cameron Grimes said some things that may have rang Braun Breaker's little bell. Cameron said, yeah, you might be big, you might be strong, and you're currently the NXT champion, but you ain't got no heart. And you damn sure ain't got my heart. And you see, that it's not your fault, bro. You know, it's just genetics. It's not in your nature. Your lineage doesn't have it, and neither do you. And I was like, damn, that hurt my motherfucking feelings, bitch. Braun Breaker, before he got chewed up and spit out, he was just like, Cameron, listen, man, I respect you, but I'm going to have to do what I always do, which is blow right through you. I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster, and I'm just naturally more gifted than you. I'm going to win. And it's no hate, it's no shade. It's just the way life goes, man. And well, Cameron, he wasn't having that shit. So he decided to hit Braun where it hurt. Told that nigga straight up, he ain't got no heart. He ain't gonna never have no heart. He ain't shit. He ain't gonna never be shit. And his daddy won shit. And that didn't sit too well with Braun Breaker because he yoked that nigga up like he was Debo and that was motherfucking Smokey. While he was doing all the yoking and getting ready to put him over his head, Cameron Grimes, the ever wily coyote, wiggled himself off of the top of that and pretty much took Braun Breaker's ass to task. Threw him into the turnbuckle as hard as he could, immobilizing his arm and taking away his strength. And then he did it again and broke the top turnbuckle completely. Braun Breaker was sitting on the mat and could barely lift his arm or move it. Now, I read his lips and I watched it in the playback. That man said he couldn't feel his arm. And when you looked at his arm, it looked like it was either broken or something popped out that wasn't supposed to be out. Well, Cameron Grimes wasted no time to make sure that Braun Breaker knew that he's the one who almost put him on the show. He said, Braun, you might have been right. I can't beat you at 100%, but you're not at 100%, are you? He said, I'll see you at the Great American Bash, champ. And then he kept telling the rest to make sure he's okay because he's got a match next Tuesday. That's some that's some hateful shit. Who do I think is going to win in the midst of this feud? Quite frankly, the main roster needs the man. I would send Braun Breaker up and put him in the mid card division. He needs time to develop, and him being at the helm in NXT isn't going to help. He'll be coming up on what, his second year soon, right? He debuted last year
I believe.
around this time. So it'd be a full year he's been in NXT. Yeah, a full year. It'd be soon though. It'd be like later on that it'll be a full year. Like right before they did the change, which would have been sometime around October. So October would be a full year for him. I pull Braun out. I think Braun's had enough time in in NXT. Okay, but idea time. What if he'll Disco Ninja Dance Party, Team Oonts Oonts Music get called up and they form a faction with Shotzi? Hmm, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, how about that? Not how about that. No heart and no brains either. That CTE something fierce. Rico, Jesus, that's messed up. Brian Breaker may be a little darker and a hot head, but he has a hot head. Cool yourself off, Kayla. Rico, that's not funny. Rico ain't shit, and he know he ain't shit. Braun could take the title from Theory if Bobby does it. That's a little soon for me to put a title on Braun Breaker as soon as he comes up to the main roster. No. I wouldn't mind giving that title to Cameron Grimes at the Great American Bash, but I think that Cameron should gain that title at a pay per view that is actually a pay per view and not a TV pay per view. So I would put them in one of their pay per views like Vengeance, or I would do Halloween Havoc and have Breaker and Cameron have a match at Halloween Havoc. Um, and I would have him drop the title. Breaker's a two-time NXT champion. Cameron Grimes is a North American former North American champion, and I think he would be a great heel champion to transition to after Braun Breaker. Cameron's got the charisma and the grace and the poise to pull it off, and a lot of people would hate Cameron Grimes as a champion. I think it would fucking work. Um, but that's it for the Great American Bash. There is nothing else going on, and that's that. The only thing else that we have to talk about is this lady. So this is an MMA fighter. I don't know her fucking name. So I have to go to WWE.com to pull it up to see what her name is because I don't know the bitch's name. Okay, her name is Valerie Loretta, and she just got signed to WWE. She was a MMA fighter. Um, she is only 23 years old, and she came from Bellator. She has a 4-1 MMA record. She's an international Taekwondo champion and a black belt. And they say that she has some massive waves in MMA because she has an infectious personality and a really cute social media presence. She said on her Twitter and Instagram, I am honored to become the first Cuban American woman in history to sign with WWE. I come from a family of immigrants. Now it's my time to represent our Latin culture. I was destined for this. Thank you for this opportunity. I will make you proud. She's from the 305 as well. So another signee has happened in the WWE, and I didn't put his picture up because I didn't have time to upload it. It wasn't to shade Logan Paul in any way, but Logan Paul has officially signed with WWE, and it seems that he is coming after The Miz from the time that The Miz screwed him over at WrestleMania. I initially didn't care because I don't care for um Logan Paul at all. I don't give a shit. But if I get to watch The Miz beat Logan Paul's ass on TV, yeah, I'll watch it. I will watch it. I just don't give a shit about Logan Paul. I'm not gonna watch him cut promos on television. I'm not gonna listen to him come out there and talk or cut any promo against the Miz in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not gonna do it. So anytime he comes on TV, I'm probably not gonna watch. I'm probably not gonna be interested. But the pay per view itself, I'm watching that. I want to see him go up against the Miz, and I think that's gonna be a decent match. My thing a lot of times with a lot of people, and I try to be as unbiased as possible, but I do make it clear that I am human and there are just certain people that I just don't fuck with, and he's one of them. Um, However, I understand that there's a story between him and Miz that is going to play out. However, I was prepared as well for him to come back. I was well aware that he was going to rear his ugly head again because of the match they had at Mania and the Miz taking him out. So I wasn't surprised that they made this grandiosity thing about him signing a WWE contract because I feel like that's the contract he signed in the beginning, and this was just This was just a grandstanding thing. And he's going to show up probably at all of the big four. He's not going to be wrestling on like Monday Night Raw and shit. If he is, I'll be fucking shocked. And if he does, I'll watch what the fuck I want and change the channel when I don't. I just, I don't like him. So I don't really care what he does. Leave me alone because he's fine and he can hit me with all the standard math he wants, even though I suck at math. Child. Listen, if you like Braun Breaker, that's fine. I think Braun Breaker's an attractive man. However, no. Braun Breaker is the kind of guy you pick up, like you go to a bar and you see him sitting at the bar with his tight with his tight jeans on and his muscle shirt because he's always at the gym. And you're like, great, a meathead. And then it turns out that he's a halfway decent dude and he talks to you and you guys vibe a little bit. You fuck him and then you move on. You don't marry him. He's not somebody that you I hate to say that, but he's not somebody that you marry or become like Mrs. Breaker. He's an experiment. He's a he's a tour de France, to put it that way. Especially if with all that working out, he doesn't provide the necessary tools to give you what you need. If my drift is being caught. Like Trina and MVP. Yes, she is from the 305, 100%. Brian, cannot. Brian is the fuck buddy. In layman's terms, yes, Don is 100% correct. I feel like Brian would have you walking funny, but like in a never again type of way. Like a I tried it once, not for me type of way. I don't know. I feel like he might have some rhythm, but that ain't like that's not the rhythm you just that's not the rhythm you go to. That's the rhythm you call at 3 o'clock in the morning when you woke up out of a good sleep and you're feeling a little raunchy. And you're like, let me see what number three is doing. Hey, can you come over here right quick? Yeah, all right. Right? Right? I feel like it's young 305 ready to knock a bitch out her slides. Hey, did y'all listen to Usher and the City Girls' new song? They got a single out. The video was cute that I saw on Twitter, but I didn't get to listen to the song. I kind of figured Don would probably have listened to it by now. A rhythm like a jackhammer. All right, bet. I mean, if that's what you like, Kayla, I am not going to shit on it. I think Braun Breaker is a very attractive man. But for me personally, he's not my speed. But I won't shit on what you like. I won't. He's the third. You up text out of five people. Right. That's my definition of it. I did. It's cute. I figured he did. Okay, I'm gonna listen to it. One gotta go. Seth, Cody, or Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Old Shawn Michaels. Young Shawn Michaels. Not so bad Shawn Michaels. All of them. All of them hoes got to go. It's all of them. Hi, Sasha. Period. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Oh no, that's fine because he's mine. Oh God. Enjoy your number three. Sean is already gone. What kind of choice is that? Damn. Y'all be hating on me because I be riding for Cody, but Cody is attractive. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can judge me. I don't give a shit. If given the opportunity and he wasn't married and had a family, and I wasn't married and had a family, fucking right, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I surely would. I'd I'd wear Cody's ass out. Yes, I would. I freely admit that with no qualms in my heart. Now I've been using the wrong theme for the victory. Period, Leah. I've always liked Cody, right? I want to poke Cody's squishy pectoral. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? You're gross. One gotta go. Big E, Drew, or Roman. You petty bitch. You are petty. No, not Biggie, Drew, and Roman. No, It- it's gotta be Drew. Okay, I can't. Oh, that breaks my heart. Fucks me up. That that messed me up, Brandy. You didn't have to do that. That was messed up. That is so messed up. Oh my god, that hurt so bad. Right? See, Sasha sees what I see. I'm not the only one. I think Cody is cute. I've always thought he was attractive. But Cody was my first ever crush in WWE before Dean Ambrose. I used to love Dean Ambrose when John Moxley was in WWE. I thought he was so cute. I guess he just had this personality. I was just like, I like him. You know what I mean? But now he just looked like he eat dirt every day. Sorry, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. Bye, Drew. Roman. Not y'all pick Roman. Tears are gonna be on your ass. Why y'all picking Roman? I thought mostly everybody would pick Drew. I'm shocked. I'm just glad nobody picked my baby because I loves me some Big E. I just wish he would get a better haircut. My baby got a haircut today though. He looked fine. My baby looked fine today. Hey Jared, I like your haircut. What are you doing anyway?
Oh, man. Was looking over each report, see if any more shenanigans happened with Smack Ball.
Neither. On to the second category. I picked none of the above because the multiverse apparently exists. Girl, after Doctor Strange, I 100% agree. They got a whole paint world. I do not want to get trapped in there. Everybody dripping paint. That's got to be trippy as shit. You feel like you on speedballs. Just your mind. You lose your fucking mind. Whew. Y'all ain't got no more. Wasn't it crazy? It was insane. I'm only gonna be on here for another 20 minutes. So if we gonna keep playing one gotta go, y'all gotta put them in the comments. But Brandy, she tried to kill me. I don't appreciate that. That was messed up. You know I love my Scottish psychopath. You ain't shit. You ain't shit at all. One gotta go. TLC, 3LW, or Destiny Shop, 3LW. That was not hard. Y'all might give a fuck about that Lisbon bitch and Adrian Byline. I don't like her ass either. So bad 3LW. I will be just fine without your broken promises. Okay. Don't fuck with 3LW like that. There ain't no way I would get rid of TLC. Without TLC, there be no damn 3LW. Shit. Them damn hoes was the blueprint. Nah, cause fuck them. Shit. It was in a wild in a good way. I put it in caps. 3LW. How'd you enjoy your sandwich, babe? Was it good?
Yeah, I'm finna get it.
I feel like what I said wasn't that bad because it was true. So it wasn't that bad. Disney or PBS Kids, one gotta go. I like PBS over Disney anyway, so Disney can go for me. All We're gonna do Brandy's in a minute. He said one gotta go Disney or PBS Kids. All right. One gotta go Usher, Mario, or Omarion. O'Melon gotta go.
Oh, Melon.
O'Melon. Y'all just ain't never seen no PBS shows. Arthur, Zoom. Are you kidding? For us poverty stricken kids who couldn't afford cable television, PBS TV got you together.
Right.
And even when you had TV, I didn't watch Disney. I watched Nickelodeon. So I watched shit like Little Bear, Franklin. What was the one with the rabbits? The two rabbits, babe.
What did Peter Rabbit?
There was white rabbits. One was a girl and one was a little boy.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know what the hell that was. I can't remember what it's called. I was talking about. I can't remember what it's called.
Did somebody go to the bathroom?
I'm going because the ACL before.
Mm-hmm. What is the name of that? Max and Ruby.
Yeah, Max and Ruby.
I knew that was gonna come through. Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you, King. That's what I watched. I watched Max and Ruby, Little Bear, Franklin. I watched Gullah Gullah Island and Blue's Clues. Thank you. I knew y'all would figure it out. Wait, let me see. Somebody put The Rock after that verses. I watched his while I'm in the eating ass can go, child. One gotta go. The Rocker Stone Cold. Um, y'all gotta give me something. Okay. Since you gotta pick one, I'll put it this way. I feel like The Rock can go. I feel like he would have been a star, irregardless, because he just has that star quality, you know. But Did y'all hear about The Rock having all these half siblings?
You know what?
They say his daddy was a Rolling Stone, baby.
You know what? I'm actually not surprised by that.
They say he got a lot.
As fucked up as it sounds, I'm not surprised.
All right. Not the pics are terrible. Okay, one I gotta go. Bianca, Sasha, Naomi. That's some dirty shit, Rico. I feel like no matter who I pick, I'm gonna be hurting myself.
Well,
I really don't like you. I'm okay. I'm gonna go with Sasha. Damn, that hurt to say that.
one of her reasons, I've been hang out.
What, Sasha?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sasha would have thrived on the indie scene, and she probably could have went to AEW and been a star in AEW one way or the other. It so happened AEW didn't exist yet. She could have went to New Japan and been a megastar in New Japan. Sasha had other avenues, whereas I feel like Bianca, beautiful, talented, was needed as much as Sasha is needed. And I also think that Bianca, that Naomi is needed. Like, damn, Sasha would have been the one I would have cut out. She just would have, and I hate that. That fucking hurt. That hurt so bad. All right, Donnie gave me one. 2010, Miz Cody or Ted DiBiase. That's easy, DiBiase. Easy, DiBiase. He had no personality. He had no charisma. He just wasn't it, and he didn't look all that good either.
There's a poor man, Mr. Kennedy.
He wasn't even that. He was a poor man's. He didn't even have his dad's swag.
Mm-hmm.
He sucked. Well, you can have him. You can have him, Donnie. One gotta go. Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey. I feel like that don't need no explanation. I feel like you should just accept that.
I'm dreading Christmas.
Right? Love you too, Rico. One gotta go. Trish, Lita, or China. Lita. You know them hoes tell.
What?
Lisa. Okay. Not everybody pick Trish.
No.
One gotta go. Seth, Kevin, or John Cena. Rico, you trying it.
What? I don't like the fact I'm saying this.
John Cena.
No. Kevin.
Absolutely not. No. No. I can't bring myself to do it.
Going off of all of their stuff, I like John,
I hate that you're right.
but just based off of what they've done in their work, how they progress their characters, I'm not getting rid of Seth.
I'm not. Kevin is a good
I
character,
know Kevin's a good character. He really is, but Seth been putting in work.
but
It's
John Cena is the only person who hasn't evolved in those three.
true, but John wasn't forced to evolve. You know why? Because every time he went out there, half of that crowd booed him any damn way.
I don't like it, AJ. It just sounds like John Cena gets a free pass because he's John Cena. If we going by assessing their characters and how well they've been able to evolve, he's the only one out the two who hasn't done anything different.
John really hasn't evolved since the his Doctor Thugonomics character.
I don't like it. I'm going with John. Category is bitch. Trish, Maurice, or Crystal. Okay, Don, I need clarification. So, are we choosing who's the better bitch or are we choosing who's the weakest bitch? I need to know. He said, I don't like I don't like red. I'm gonna go back to Don's question. But I just need clarification on it. I just need to know, are we picking the biggest bitch or are we picking the weakest bitch out of the bunch? Because if it's the weakest, I can tell you right now what my answer gonna be. Oh, who's the better one? Okay. Okay, hold on. Who is the better bitch out of all of these three? Trish, Maurice, and Crystal? Trish Stratus take the cake. Maurice is a close second though, cause she used to do some dirty shit. But Trish Stratus, oh, when you go back and watch her feud with Lita and the shit she said to her and how she treated Christy Hemme, baby, she was doing some dastardly shit. Now Maurice would get you with the hair flip and she laugh in your face and make fun of how you move and shit. And she call you out in French, but fucking Trish would walk up to your face and call you a whore. There was no second language to try to figure out what the fuck she said. And Crystal, child, all Crystal had was some swinging hips. That's it. He said, I say horror. I mean Lita. He ain't shit. Not Lita. Lita, China, only because I didn't grow up watching her like I did Trish and Lita, but she was a legend. Well, how could you see Trish and Lita but not see China? They were around the same time. Am I right? Well, you might have missed China. China was gone when Trish and Lita had some of their biggest feuds, but China was there in the beginning of stages of their feuds too. And I remember China was regaled to SmackDown for a long time, and then she was gone after that. And Lita and Trish were having their feuds on Raw. That was shortly after China had got put with Eddie Guerrero as his woman. You remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mixing it up. I was inspired by WrestleMania 22. That was a show. Well, Cena isn't really there anymore, even though I like Cena. Oh, then Maurice for sure. Hi, Portia. One gotta go. Nas, Tupac, or Eminem? Eminem. Jared gonna kick my ass, but
Well,
out of all three of those dudes, out of the whole crew, Eminem to me,
if you're going off the lyrical content of what they made, I would have picked Eminem out of them for two.
Eminem doesn't have anything of substance when it comes to lyrical content. And all three of those, and Nas and
Especially
Tupac,
compared to Nas and Tupac.
Nas and Tupac are like the kings of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Their rap music was telling stories all the time. And Eminem often talked about things that plagued him: his mental health, his relationship with his mother of his child, his mother's relationship and her philandering ways, the non-existent relationship with his father,
And then
um, the
the
relationship
relationship
with
with
his
with his
fans.
actual mother, because his mother had fuck, I forgot the disease that they called it, where she think her kids are sick but they're not.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Munchausen's.
Is that what that is?
Munchausen's can be many things, but um, a hypochondriac is somebody who believes that they're sick. Munchausen's is someone. Hold on, let me make sure. Munchausen syndrome. There it is. I think it's Munchausen by proxy. So let me make sure I get it right. Yeah. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a mental illness and a form of child abuse. The caretaker of the child, most often the mother, either makes up fake symptoms or causes real symptoms to make it look like the child is sick. So it is Munchausen's. I was right. It's
Or
Munchausen's by proxy. Should have been a fucking therapist, Jared.
mm.
I miss my calling.
So
I did. One gotta go. The Undertaker, the Boogeyman, or Kane. The Boogeyman, because he didn't really scare me. But
I'm petty.
I mean, Kane is acting like a real dick right
I said
now.
based off of how both of them two motherfuckers is at the Undertaker and can't get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm cool. Like Undertaker ain't saying nothing about pro-choice or none of that shit. I mean, he could be Blue Lives Matter all he want to. He gonna be okay. You gonna fuck around and go out there, and one of your kids gonna get pulled over by the police, and then you gonna be looking like a damn fool when they getting arrested and shit. I'm like,
Undertaker can go because his woman stifled the division, so you can go by proxy.
nah, it could be Boogeyman. If we going just off of their work ethic and what they brought to the table,
Yeah.
Boogeyman was not that bad. I liked him. I thought he was funny, but he didn't scare me. He just was gross. I gotta run Quinn again because you ain't let her be great. I can't. I started watching WWE in 2012 on my B day. Well, you would have missed more. You should have missed Lita, Trish, and China if you didn't start watching until 2012.
Right.
You should have missed all three of them. Oh, fine. Kane could go. Ciao. What year did you start watching WWE? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some backtracking, babe. Cause I'm getting ready to be 36, and I was 8 years old. So that was 28 years ago. It's 2022 minus 28.
92.
It's 94. So
No, wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. We were 6 in 92.
I started watching WWE in 1994, which was the early days of the Attitude Era.
Sure.
And I had been watching it before that, but it was often on. But the consistency of me watching WWE was in 1994. And I also saw WWE clips mostly on YouTube.
I remember when they tried to trick us with them two different Ultimate Warriors and shit.
Right? And they still saying that they never did that. And I'm like, yes, the fuck y'all
There was a
did.
stark difference between the original Ultimate Warrior and that fake nigga y'all put in there.
Thank you, Jared.
The second Ultimate Warrior was half the original size.
Facts. And you can see it. You can see it. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not crazy. One gotta go. Sheamus, Elias, or The Miz. Elias. Elias has to go. Booker T, Shelton, or Mark Henry. Ooh.
Who?
Booker T, Shelton, or Mark Henry.
Trash lately.
That's actually a very hard one because all three men existed in the same era and prior and after. And all three men exhibit very different ring styles
Yeah.
and they contributed different things. So, oh, Don, that's a good one. I gotta start at because that was a good one. I'm stuck on this. I'm very stuck on. I don't know who to choose. I don't think that I can. Wow, I don't think I can choose. That's lightweight fucked up. I would go with Booker T, but looking at his catalog and what he's done, like Booker T has some really good feuds back in the day. And then, I mean, I guess out of the three, Mark would be the one that I would say has to go because his feuds were less interesting than Shelton Benjamin's and Booker T's. And a lot of Mark's shit was very campy, like the sexual chocolate shit,
Oh
the
my
shit
God.
with Mae Young. He was the strongest man, and then he became like this
Mark didn't
really
really.
big beastie heel
They didn't start
character.
making him like do the typical big black dude shit until they
I have something to drink.
was ECW.
Yeah, he became
And he's
ECW
ECW
champion,
champion. He was.
and then after that, he became WWE champion.
Mhm.
He fought Cena once, I believe. He had a bout with Randy Orton, and he won the World Heavyweight Championship, but he never became WWE champion. He was
Nah,
World Heavyweight
he won.
champion.
He won the old WCW belt.
Right. If I had to place a significance on Shelton, Mark, and what's his face, Booker T, I would say in order it'd be Booker, Shelton, and then Mark would be heading up the pack. In my opinion, Mark Henry's shit, especially early on in his career, was extremely campy and irrelevant. Shelton, on the other hand, was a part of Kurt Angle's squad. He had tag team bouts that he had. He was champion around that time with Charlie Haas. They had a feud with each other. He became the golden standard. He had a big standout following as a mid card wrestler
No, that was four. That was
in WWE. He was very, very good. And I was did he ever become Intercontinental Champion?
four. Oh,
Shelton. If he hadn't, he should have been.
I was trying to. I thought what's name was in that faction, but that was way before he got there.
What are you talking about?
Nation of Domination.
Yeah, but Shelton wasn't in it.
No, no.
Mark Henry was.
Yeah. Okay, so he was in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark
Okay.
was in there.
Yeah, Mark Henry, Rock, Farouk, and D'Lo Brown.
They ended up splitting and becoming a part of the Rock's group, and they disbanded the Nation of Domination. And the Rock had Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown,
Yeah.
and they was walking around. That's when D'Lo Brown used to do that neck shit. Child, I used to always think his neck was gonna be tore up.
That's D'Lo had strong neck.
Right.
Say no mucilex in his face.
See what happens when you disrespect the powers that be. One gotta go. Theory, Biggie, Bobby Lashley. Theory. I don't even like Bobby Lashley, but I'd rather not look at Austin Theory. I guess if you watch from 2012, you would just go back to watch them too because they ain't speak on China till recently. This is true. Not what kind of lineup is that? I started watching it 2014, but I saw wrestling for the first time in like late 2013. I think Sasha came up with that lineup because I dislike everybody except for Biggie, but obviously I would keep Biggie 100%. I would never abandon Biggie. That's my second husband. I feel so bad for Jerry. He gotta listen to me. I'm sorry, baby. I love you. One gotta go mediocrity edition. Tegan, Nikita, or Tiffany. Tegan Knox is worse than both of them. And it ain't got nothing to do with her skills. She just irritates my motherfucking soul. And Nikita is just wasted potential. I'm very disappointed in her. I feel like she just she just wasted. And Tiffany, if I had to pick Nikita, I pick both Nikita Tegan and Tiffany. All of them hoes gotta go. I can't take it. I can't take it because all of them I can't stand for different reasons. For men edition, Seamus, Drew, and Wade. You talking about Wade Wade Barrett? Huh? I really like Seamus and Drew, but I feel like Wade Barrett could have been at where they are if he was given the opportunity. But I'm gonna go with Wade Barrett. I choose Mark. It's hard. Wade. His Hall of Pain gimmick was cool. I agree, it was, but that was later on in life. I feel like everybody else had their shit set in stone, whereas Mark was still trying to get out the blocks around the time that they was already moving and pushing. Yeah, Booker T. He was like, y'all said way too quick. Booker T, baby, go do your research. Wade can go. Yes, he do. He was IC champ at WrestleMania 22. I thought that he was. I'm not crazy. So he was IC champion. Okay. I'm getting y'all comments a little late, just so y'all know, because I had to stop and read some of these. Wrestling edition: Drew Gulak, Daniel Bryan, or Kurt Angle. Are you kidding me? Brandy. Brandy, why you keep messing with me? I feel like you messing with me on purpose. Y'all gonna hate me, but I'm going Daniel Bryan on this one. I like Drew. I think Drew Gulak has so much charisma. He's so funny, and he has a really big personality. And WWE is not taking advantage of it. Daniel Bryan does not have any charisma. He has no personality. He is a typical bland ass bowl of oatmeal with no sugar and no fruit, just plain ass oatmeal. And Kurt Angle, he's fucking Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was hilarious. He had some of the best in ring skill you could ever see in a ring. And his storytelling was beyond some of any of the wrestlers in the back. He could be comedic and funny, and he could be serious and on point. He had it all. Daniel Bryan is a good wrestler and a very good technician, but he sucks as a storyteller. Even as a heel, it's just like he's just preaching to you. He's not even trying. Like even with like what's his name? What is his name? The Dudley Boys. What is the black dude's name in the Dudley Boys?
Devon?
Yeah, with Devon when he had his preacher gimmick, that shit went hard. You know, testify, okay? Like we all was doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's Daniel Bryan for me. None of the above. Sheamus, Drew, and Wade, but I had a crush on Wade. I ain't had no crush on Wade because his nose was crooked, and that was the only thing I could focus on was that nose throwing up gang signs. Biggie, Seth, and Kevin, who's leaving. Y'all really mad at me. I feel like y'all mad at me, and I don't know what I did, but y'all better leave me the fuck alone. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Um, out of those three, it has to be Kevin. I love Kevin. Kevin, I feel like me and Kevin, if we met, we would be cool. Like that whole, like it's just a vibe with Kevin. He is sarcastic. He is funny. He has a great personality, and he genuinely seems like a very sweet person. And Biggie already just has a heart of gold. And Seth Rollins, he just is just a cool, down to earth dude. But if I had to pick between the three, I have to go with Kevin. Seth Rollins is probably one of the most well shaped superstars that has graced WWE's airwaves in a very long time. He is such a chameleon and he does it so effortlessly. He does not get his flowers, and Big E is a sleeper cell for a face, but also as a heel. He is so good with personality and just having fun and being over the top and amazing, but he knows when to be serious and to lay it down. And Kevin is great. Like I said, I just if I had to pick, it's got to be Kevin. I hate that you did this. I hate it. Are there any wrestlers that you just don't care for in and outside of the ring, regardless of what they contribute? Yeah, the Bella Twins. I don't like the Bella Twins. I'm not the biggest fan of Daniel Bryan. As much as people praise Daniel Bryan, I feel like Daniel Bryan is the epitome of what a good wrestler without a personality is. And he was able to get over because he appeals to that working man class style of character. And he just, to me, he was bland as oatmeal. Like he just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another person I don't really care for outside of wrestling. I don't really like Maria Kanellis. I never have. I don't like Michelle McCool. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of The Undertaker. Not the biggest fan of Kane. I used to really like The Undertaker, but as a person, he's a misogynistic dickwad. Um, Outside of wrestling, who else don't I really like outside of wrestling? I don't really like Natalia outside of wrestling either. I think she very full of herself and she is very shady. She like to throw a lot of shade and then act as if you got a problem with what she says, like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just telling the truth. And she's those type of people, them the type of people you punch in the face because they always say some sneak this and shit. You know, like me and Natalia would fight. Like I would beat Natalia's ass. Okay, because the shit she used to say on Total Divas to Summer Rae, them fighting words, ho. Like you literally was calling me a slut under your breath and talking shit or making fun of the fact that certain people don't have dolls and shit. Just doing the most. I'd have been on her ass like white on rice. And if you ask me, first of all, if I come to your house and I slap you and you let me slap you, oh, you was a bitch for life. You gonna be my bitch for life. You let that woman slap you on national TV. Whatever you got, you earned. Hold on. I was asking if you were talking about my one gotta go options. Who should win this year's Money in the Bank? What part of Let Her Shine do you not get? Um, not Rico going to hell. Who should win this year's Money in the Bank? Liv or Oscar or Alexa Bliss? None of them. It should be Shotzi, in my opinion. Shotzi should win or give it to Becky so you can start the feud with Ronda Rousey. I don't think Bliss should win. I don't think Oscar should win. And I definitely don't think Liv Morgan should win. If Liv Morgan wins Money in the Bank, it's going to be a failed cash in. Trust me. Rico going to hell. Ciao. Yes, I told him to run it back so he could shine, so she could shine, and he beat her ass again. Poor baby. It's gonna be all right. No, Oscar already won. I don't want Oscar to win either. I want it to be Shotzi. and it could be Becky, like I said, so they can go into the shit with Rhonda and her. But y'all, it's been fun being on live with y'all. I love y'all. I will do one gotta go probably Sunday night before I go to bed, and I'll go live again on here. I probably will go live after Money in the Bank and talk about Money in the Bank. So, I'm gonna do one more. One gotta go because Rico put it in. One gotta go. Steal Your Girl edition. Shayna, Rhea, or Shotzi. Oh, um, I feel like out of all of them, Shayna would be the most laid back. So I probably would. I would keep Shayna. If I had to get rid of one, it would be Rhea. I would keep Shayna. I think Shayna would be cool. She's the type of girl you could play video games with and eat food in the bed and not trip. Like Shotzi probably want to go out and go to every rager she could think of. She feel like I feel like Shotzi got a lot of energy. And Rhea, I feel like Rhea secretly is a material girl. Uh, she ain't saying that, but she's secretly a material girl. Um, yeah, I would have to get rid of Rhea. I would have to get rid of Rhea. I feel like Shayna's more of a homebody gamer type of character. And then you have Shotzi where she's a lot of energy, a ball of fire, and she's having a lot of fun. But I would get rid of Rhea. I would get rid of Rhea. No, it won't. I spent a whole hour doing her moveset. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Shayna would leave. Shayna, no. Rhea, that's my girl Brandy on my side. And Shayna know how to cook, right? I feel like Shayna would be fun. Material girl, he said Shotzi because she crazy. Shotzi is crazy. She stapled a piece of paper to her chest. She did. I remember Don talked about that shit for a whole fucking week. When that girl did that shit, he said, "What the hell?" I started cracking up. Shayna because Rhea's my Aussie bae and Shotzi my Filipino bae. Even though Shayna seems like a good person to hang with, exactly. So no, I feel like I would just appease her for a little while and then like you know how you do a puppy where you let it run around in a circle until it gets tired and then it just goes to sleep. That's how I would do her. But anyways, he said crazy psycho bitch were my exact words. That's facts. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go to bed. I appreciate it. Y'all coming in my live. I enjoyed having my live. It was smooth and it was fun and I ain't had no problems. So I appreciate y'all. We'll play One Gotta Go again Sunday. Cause Sunday is right before Monday Night Raw before I have to go live and do that shit. So we'll do One Gotta Go again on Sunday. So make sure y'all come with y'all One Gotta Go stuff so I don't have to do it. Y'all can be my co-host, like Wendy say. Shout out to Wendy Williams. And like y'all give her her fucking money back. I think it's Wells Fargo. Ain't it Wells Fargo that took her money? One of them banks took her fucking money. Y'all better get that lady her money back. And her feet. Have you seen her feet? Oh my God. They look like Jabba the Hutt. And I'm not even trying to joke and like be funny. I'm dead ass what it looks like. Oh. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I will talk to you guys later.